Welcome to the Third Coast Terminal's Health, Safety, and Security Orientation. Third Coast is a leader in storing, blending, specialty filtering, tolling, repackaging, and reaction chemistry for products from the petrochemical and pharmaceutical industries. We have achieved certifications from the International Organization for Standardization, ISO 9001, 2015, an American Chemistry Council Responsible Care Partner with RC 14001, 2015, the National Association of Chemical Distributors Responsible Distribution Certification. Third Coast was one of the first terminals in the United States to receive the Responsible Care 2015 Partner Certification. As an industry leader, Third Coast is committed to maintaining the health, safety, and security of our employees and visitors. Facility rules and procedures are in place to enable Third Coast to comply with local, state, and federal regulations. Your compliance with these rules and procedures is vital to maintaining health, safety, and security for yourself and other visitors and workers. For your security, all visitors are required to identify themselves and sign in on arrival and sign out on departure at the front office. Visitors will be provided with an entry card, which must be returned at the conclusion of their visit. Visitors must be escorted by a Third Coast employee at all times when inside the operating zone of the facility. Delivery and pickup drivers have alternate facility access that does not require an escort. They must, however, show a valid driver's license at a gatehouse on arrival. There, they will receive a copy of our current rules and regulations and a security pass. The use of personal vehicles, cameras, cell phones, and other communications devices, including both hands-free and handheld devices, are not allowed without management approval. Unless you have obtained prior approval, all such devices should be secured in your vehicle before entering the plant. As a tobacco-free facility, we respectfully ask that you refrain from smoking, chewing tobacco, or using electronic cigarettes anywhere on this property. Visitors must stay with their escorts, follow escort instructions, and remain alert for traffic. Visitors may not approach or touch products, inventory, facility vehicles, or other equipment. Visitors may not approach or otherwise distract plant personnel during active operations within the facility. Please be aware that video monitoring is in effect throughout the Third Coast Terminal site. Basic traffic safety rules in and around the facility, including observing a 9.5 mile/hour speed limit and yielding right-of-way to pedestrians at all times. In turn, pedestrians are expected to be aware of and give wide berth to forklifts and other equipment moving around the plant. Please respect the unique maneuverability and field of vision limitations heavy equipment drivers contend with. The minimum personal protective safety equipment required inside Third Coast Terminal's plant areas is a hard hat and safety glasses with side shields. This equipment must be in your possession at all times when you are in the plant and must be worn while in work areas. In the reaction area of the plant, fire-resistant clothing, or at a minimum, a fire-resistant lab coat is required. Visitors to this area of the plant will be provided FRCs if they do not have their own. Additional safety equipment may be required in designated areas. Your host or Third Coast Terminal supervisor will inform you of these areas and corresponding requirements. Anyone entering work areas of the facility must wear closed-toed shoes. Non-perforated leather, simulated leather, or rubber footwear is recommended for visitors. Employees wear steel-toe, chemical-resistant safety shoes or boots as designated for their work areas. From time to time, certain areas of the plant will be restricted. For safety reasons, do not cross the safety barriers in place during such periods. Please ask your Third Coast representative if you have questions concerning temporarily restricted areas. At Third Coast, we work hard to avoid all accidents. However, we want you to be informed of safety procedures you will need to follow in the event of an accident. Should an evacuation alarm sound, follow the red and white evacuation route signs quickly and calmly to the assembly area at Gate 1 or Gate 2, whichever your escort deems closest to your location at the time of the alarm. All alarms at Third Coast are general alarms, which require evacuation. Upon hearing the alarm, which sounds like a siren, immediately walk to your designated evacuation area, always remaining upwind of the smoke, fires, or spills. If you have equipment that is running, and you can do so safely, turn off the equipment before evacuating. Vehicles shall not be used during an evacuation. Once you have arrived at the standard assembly area, please use your entry card or security pass to check in. This will record and demonstrate that you have safely evacuated the facility. Should the standard assembly area be affected by the emergency, the authorized Third Coast Terminals personnel will provide radio direction to an alternate location. Should it become necessary to move from this location, the group will move together. It is critical that all instructions given by Third Coast personnel be followed closely. Homeland security levels are monitored by management. In the case of a fire or emergency condition, anyone can activate one of the fire alarm boxes located throughout the facility. These are readily identifiable by their red color. Please do not hesitate to activate the alarm in case of fire or emergency. As part of the Third Coast Terminal's commitment to safety, site personnel are trained in firefighting, first aid, and CPR. If needed, first aid supplies and automated external defibrillators are available. Please inform your host if you need immediate medical assistance. Eye wash stations and safety showers are located in all areas of the facility. Make sure you know where they are before starting your work. All contractors should be aware that you and your employer are responsible for all necessary training and instruction to ensure that you perform your duties on the Third Coast site safely. By OSHA regulations, contractors must obtain all required permits before starting work. These permits are all issued through the maintenance manager or his designated representative and must be returned at the end of each workday. If you are unsure of which permits you need, your Third Coast host or a facility supervisor can provide this information. Be aware of situations that necessitate a lockout or tagout requirement. This will also be completed during the work permitting process. A safe work permit is required before the start of any non-routine work. A hot work permit must be issued for any job where sparking or open flame is possible, and a confined space work permit is necessary before entering any confined area, which is defined as any area which is large enough to enter into but has limited means of entry and exit and is not designated for continuous occupancy. Only authorized and certified personnel are allowed to operate Third Coast equipment, including forklifts. Remember, passengers are never permitted on forklifts. Additionally, if you must work at an elevation of 4 feet or more, you are required to wear fall protection equipment. Third Coast Terminals has a safety data sheet, or SDS, on file for each chemical it uses, produces, and stores. The SDS includes information about each chemical and any health hazard information associated with it. These sheets are available in the scale house at your request, as well as electronically at any time. Employees should request SDS copies from their supervisors, while visitors may obtain an SDS from their Third Coast Terminals escort. Here at Third Coast, we are committed to being good environmental stewards. Among other things, this means being mindful of activities that have the potential to impact our environment. Spills and leaks must be prevented. Proper planning and appropriate spill containment or equipment shall be utilized at all times. In the event that a spill or leak is detected, please notify your supervisor or escort host immediately. Do not attempt to clean up the released material unless you have been properly trained and have the appropriate PPE. If you are injured in any way while here at Third Coast Terminals or believe that you might have been exposed to a chemical, please notify your supervisor, escort host, or the Third Coast Terminals Safety Department immediately.
What happened?
It is also important to report any accident or situation that could potentially produce an accident. Following our health, safety, and security rules and procedures helps assure that your time with us is safe, secure, and productive. This video was created to inform visitors of their role in our safety program. Visitors having an extended stay will have to complete a more comprehensive safety orientation. Please direct any questions concerning our rules and procedures to your Third Coast Terminals escort at this time. We appreciate your attention and cooperation. And again, welcome to Third Coast Terminals.